No, don't do that.
Are we up? Okay, we're gonna call a meeting to order. It is Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Born and upborn.
Okay. Any minutes and reports received and filed?
No, we do not have any.
Okay, Commissioner Committee Liaison Reports, upcoming meetings and events.
Looks like Thursday morning we have Cole County Communities and.
Great
are
program.
you- Yeah, the program, it's you for the 250th
Yes, sir.
birthday party
Yes, sir.
preparations, so we'll have a little presentation on that. I did get an email, said you're limited to 5 minutes and I get your shock collar button, so you better keep it brief. Cole County Extension meeting Thursday evening, Eastside Business Association meeting Friday morning. And then I think that's about it. Renegades baseball starts this week, so if you get bored, they have some home games and I can get you a schedule. Fun to watch.
Okay, this week, I think there's 4 ARPA meetings. We're going to talk about library, special learning, Centertown, and Boys and Girls Club. West Side Business on Thursday. Salute to America tomorrow. And at the Renegades game, I think the Lions are at the front gate. So it'll be Lions at the gate.
And we'll take tips.
You gotta sell peanuts at the Renegades game. That would be a good little fit, wouldn't it?
Still have some left. They're getting a little soft, but
I thought we sold
I've still
out.
got a couple bags too.
Okay, today after this, I've got a 250th anniversary meeting. Tomorrow, I have meetings starting at 8 with the selection committee meeting for the new city administrator. So I appreciate being a part of that. Thursday, communities, and we've got a meeting at 2 p.m. with Enterprise. And then I'm gonna try to make the East Side Business Association. That's at Morrow Heights, I think.
I'll find out for sure.
I thought it said Morrow Heights, but I.
That sounds right.
But anyway, that's what I've got.
We should get a reminder email. I'll forward it to you.
Yeah. Any commission comments? Okay, bids and contracts. Approval and signing of MODHSS Show Me Healthy Women contract.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
This is just our annual renewal of the Show Me Healthy Women contract. It allows us to pay for health screenings for women that are 35 to 64. It's kind of a pass-through contract from DHSS. And I think the maximum amount is $3,500.
Good.
I'll make a motion to sign the Show Me Healthy Women contract for the contract starting on 6/30 of 2023, ends on 6/29 of 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Approval and signing of amendment from DESI for the child care health consultation contract.
Because we are able to offer CPR AED training for the child care providers, the child care health consultation program is increasing our budget by $1,400 to pay for those classes for those child care providers. So instead of our contract being $38.60, it's going to be $52.69. And this is an electronic contract, so if I could just get you guys to approve me doing the DocuSign, that would be great. Is that okay? Do you want to see it?
Sam wants to DocuSign.
Well, that's
But Jill and I, my team, we're really good at that now.
Do you want to see it so you know what to say? Is that your turn?
I've got it.
You've
Yeah.
got it, okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve and sign the amendment from DESE for the child care health consultant contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. approval and signing of amendment to extend the ELC-ED contract.
So as we've been talking, the epidemiology and laboratory capacity enhancing detection expansion contract is going to be extended for another year to July 31st, 2024. We've been told that we will be getting additional money, but they don't know how much yet. It's supposed to be about half of our original contract, which our original one was $528,000. So it should be about half of that. But because DHSS doesn't know those amounts yet, the first step is to extend the time, then we'll get another amendment for the money. So this one is just extending it for another year.
Okay.
Make a motion to sign an amendment to extend the ELC-ED contract. The contract was a start of 7/1/21, end of 7/31/24. Is that 21?
Correct.
Okay.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, approval and signing of Little Dixie data room build-out at the Sheriff's Department.
Can I do that? You want me to?
Yeah, I guess, I didn't understand that.
Oh, okay. This is from Architects Alliance and, it's.
Why don't you?
Um,
Please, please.
Architects Alliance delivered this to me. I've looked it over. Michelle and I went over it, and this is the contract between the county and Little Dixie. And Sam is tabbed where you need to sign.
Good.
Each corner.
I don't have to initial each
Full
page.
signature on every page.
And we already awarded this, what, a couple weeks ago?
Yes, sir.
This is just a contract, so. I'll make a motion to approve and sign the Little Dixie data room build out at the Sheriff's Department contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any unfinished business? New business, accounts payable review.
I'd ask for approval of accounts payable pending review.
Did we have any mileage, either one of us email?
I don't.
I don't think Harry did.
Okay, well, if we have one on there, I mean, let's go ahead and approve it. If we have one on there, we'll just kick it out till next month.
Okay, we can
had-
backdate
We had
it.
the council meeting, but I don't remember if that was already on it, so.
I will be turning one in for that St. Clair County trip that we took, but I haven't done it yet.
Beautiful country.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable pending review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of on-call policy change for the county jail.
I think you have a copy of the policy. It's the same one we had before. The only difference is it's 2 hours straight time instead of 1 hour.
We were talking about this a little earlier. I think the only question I had to refresh my memory on that was how many you have. You have 2 people on call per day, so it's gonna be
Right.
14 hours to 28 hours.
2 people. One person's not gonna do any good for transport, but bring 2 people. So,
I thought we were paying one, but I'll have to check.
And interestingly enough, you almost always end up calling them in anyway, you were saying, so.
unfortunately, yeah, and all this does is that quality of life thing that we talked about. We have people that, if they're not already ignoring their phone calls, they're gonna start ignoring their phone calls because we're burning them out. We were at, I think in March, we had 65% of our overtime. So,
So typically, how long is one of the employees, the shift is the on-call? They're on call for that shift time?
they're on call for the whole time, the 24 hours.
Okay, well, that's the shift.
Right.
Okay, so, and if they're on call for 24 hours, they get 2 more hours of pay,
Straight time, yes, sir.
straight time.
If they don't get called in.
Right, if they get called in, it's probably going to get overtime pay.
It's 2-hour callback, yes, sir.
Okay. And when you're on call, what does that mean to the family of that person?
Well, they don't have to stay home, but they have to be able to respond in 30 minutes. They can't consume alcoholic beverages. They have to answer the phone. So, I mean, yes, it is. I mean, we're restricting their movement, so I think it's fair.
They have to stay within 30 minutes of
Callback, yeah. If we call them, they have to be able to respond to the sheriff's department within 30 minutes.
Got it.
But then they get an automatic 2-hour minimum in addition to the
No.
2 hours phone call?
No.
Okay, it's just the 2.
Yes. So it's 2 hours straight time if they don't get called in. If they get called in, then they get the 2-hour callback.
Not actual hours worked.
No, then it becomes actual hours work. You have a copy of this, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was confused.
And then they work until they're finished.
Until it's over with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Was it a quiet weekend?
No. No, it wasn't.
I mean, you have this in other industries too. If you're in heating and cooling and you've got, I go back to the old days, you had the pager. If you carried a pager, you got paid something to have that pager.
Right, yeah.
So this is essentially along that same lines, and, you know, it does take away from some of the fun they could be having, and, you know, they can't just go out on the river or out in the middle of the lake, because they have to be able to come in and respond, so, yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it. I think people need to know what restrictions that puts on a person, and a lot of people wouldn't put up with that and say, no, I'm gonna enjoy my holiday, and we're going to the lake, and we're gonna be an hour away, so I don't want that.
And
But-
it's a different, it's a different mindset. It's a calling. These people that come to work for me, it's not just a job to them, it's a calling. They understand the dedication, the sacrifices they gotta make to whenever they work for a sheriff's department. And they also know that if they're taking call this week, then they're off next week, so they don't have to worry about getting that phone call.
Okay, so you assign them to be on call, they don't volunteer?
No, we assign.
Okay, okay,
And once they get assigned, there's no trading, there's no, hey,
Okay.
you take Wednesday, Thursday, and I'll take it, and we don't do any of that. They're responsible.
okay.
Just taking a motion and approval from the commission on this, I guess so. I will make a motion to approve the on-call policy change for the county jail.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
God, we breezed through this in 11 minutes. Do you want to talk about what's occurring next Tuesday evening from 4 to 7?
Yes, the Cole County Sheriff's Barbecue. If we're gonna be doing some media push this week. If you're interested in getting some tickets, just contact one of my deputies. They'd be happy, our jailers. They'd be happy to sell you some tickets. It's always a good time. We'll have some antique cars out there. We'll also have some of our specialty vehicles out there for people to look at. And of course, you'll have some of our people out there in uniform to greet citizens as they come in, but all welcome.
Are the antique cars part of your fleet?
No, thankfully, because of the generosity of my budget and what we're able to do, we don't have antique vehicles anymore.
All right.
Sam's fleet.
But,
I'm gonna bring, I'll bring out either the Cadillac or the Lincoln.
yeah, people, they have.
I'm gonna
some real
work
nice-
too.
They have some real nice vehicles that do come out there, and I always try to talk them into selling them to me, but no one will take a check. So,
No, not from you.
probably wise.
Okay, do we have anything else?
Well, we have a guest from Bar Engineering. Did you want to talk? The Bar Engineering has been contracted on some stormwater contracts, so we might learn a little about that.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks.
Morning.
Thank you, Commissioners. Ed Galbraith with Bar Engineering Company, located here in Jefferson City. I live in the county. I'm in Commissioner Otto's district, so I'm a constituent as well. We are working with Eric to develop a contract, which I think will come before the commission maybe in the next week or two, to look at some stormwater issues over on the west side in Natchez Trace, Apache Flats, and Binder Lake watershed areas, see if we can do something about some of the stormwater problems that have happened over the past 5 years or so. So I just wanted to show up and meet you guys and say hi and look forward to working with the county.
Thank you, Ed. We're using ARPA money for this, right?
Yes.
I would assume that's some of the projects that
Right.
we are. So I know that area was in the 3 different
Yes.
areas that he was talking about.
You all have done some out there in that area already, right? So some of the stormwater in there?
I think there have been some previous efforts out there. I'm not sure the bar has been
Okay.
involved in those.
This is gonna be a little more extensive.
But we got a few different places. I think there's some experience in other ones, and so we have.
Yeah, and there is another area, and I think Bartlett and West and Eric are working on that contract too, so
Right.
Yeah, well, good. Glad to have you all out there.
yeah, Great, thanks, nice to meet
That's
you.
where all the trouble is, out on that west side, you know.
Yeah, I get, most of the
Gotta get
calls
away
I
from the
get
microphone.
are
Except for the woodpeckers.
in that area.
It's been neglected.
Get in there before Harry gets that jab in there again.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session pursuant to 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri. Closed section under real estate, section 610.021, subsection 2.
Second.
Roll call?
Sam,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes.
Okay. Quick.
We used to have closed session, so